Today just to show you something about VCE chemistry. So what's VCE chemistry then? In your past years of doing this, year 7 to 10 general science, we do a chemistry on a term basis. So you probably do 1 or 2 terms of chemistry and that is all about it. So what we do in VCE chemistry is much more of an extension, right? So out of Unit 1, Area of Study 1, we are going to do a little bit of overlapping content as of periodic table, atomic structures, and we are going to look at reactions of metals, including your redox reactions in more details, and also reactions of ionic compounds. If you feel like you don't have a solid foundation of knowing about these different types of bonding in terms of intramolecular bonding, this is the time that you need to revise on those topics. So going on, we will be looking at high-performance liquid chromatography, okay, which may not sound as familiar to many of you, but high-performance liquid chromatography works as one of the most important analytical chemistry instrumentations in all chemical industries. Learning about the principles will bring you some benefits for uni, and that HPLC will bring into very common uses in future years of doing higher levels of chemistry. This has been somewhat of a switched on topic, and so students tend to struggle with quantifying acids and compounds the most, but also knowing that this is a must to do well in chemistry. So when do you actually use quantifying atoms and compounds? You pretty much use that throughout your entire Unit 2, as well as Unit 3 and 4. So in saying this, you need to have a very solid foundation to be built upon this chapter of quantifying atoms in order to do well in any future units of chemistry. And then you'll be learning about organic compounds and polymers and how it's that impacting about society. And you will be looking at carbon allotropes in this topic. So this is where we are going to cover a more applicable chemistry unit, and you will be doing a little bit more practical activities. Of a change this year is that we are going to look at sustainability. So this will be a this will be an area of study that students will have to be dependent on themselves, and you need to be doing your own research. This is really can be understood as an area of study that's heavily dependent on research as well. You need to be able to draft your research question, your methodology, and also the way of you communicating your results of your research to all audience of any age groups. Okay, so that is all about Unit 1. It's working as an introductory unit to chemistry. Okay, so talking about Unit 2, what do you really do? You are going to do redox reactions again. However, you are going to level up that learning. This is where you are going to actualize the learning, the functioning of your electrical devices. And we are going to look at water as a unique chemical in terms of how and why would water be regarded as something of a universal solvent. And also you are then going to learn about the last type of reactions of this unit, acid-base reactions. We are going to talk about 4 different types of reactions. Okay, first is the combustion reaction, and we are going to talk about precipitation reactions. Okay, acid-base reactions as well as the redox reactions are the last 2 types of reactions that we're going to cover in this unit. And moving on to your next area of study. So we are going to measure about solubility and concentration, and this is again relate back to your Unit 1, Area of Study 2, Quantifying Atoms. So everything I would say in both of your Units 1, 2, as well as Unit 3, 4, everything will be linked. Yeah, you need to be really solid in your understanding about what chemistry really is, and you need to be able to transfer your knowledge from time to time. Okay, and analysis of acid-base, you may understand that as titration. And then moving on to measuring gases, we are going to look at your ideal gas law, and that will be somewhat related to physical chemistry and also analysis for salts, and that is mainly for improving water quality for drinking purpose. And moving on to the last area of study of Unit 2, you are going to do practical investigation. Again, this is where you are going to design, conduct, collect your results, analyze your data, and also communicate your findings. We are here trying to simplify things down a little bit more, and so students can get on board with chemistry much better than they do that on themselves. VCA has designed chemistry to be a subject that will stimulate students' ability to be more of an aware global citizen. All right, and green chemistry principles. So this is something new as well. All right, so in the current study design, green chemistry principles were never introduced. And so we are going to take a look on these principles on a more in depth. And in fact, lots of content for the current study, for the current Unit 3-4 has been removed. Okay, so time commitment is key. I would recommend all students to be doing at least 5 hours of chemistry per week, not per day. Okay, expose yourself and retain that knowledge by repeatedly reading your textbook. And so summary notes is the key. Okay, you need to learn to summarize your key knowledge learnt in a few sentences. Okay, so you should be learning chemistry more about understanding and so that it retains. And so graphic organizer will be a key in just piecing your knowledge together and just consolidate. That will be an effective revision tool. Okay, doing questions from textbook for the basics, questions from commercial topic tests for some bit of extension, and also questions from past year papers will be key. You need to develop a study plan on your own as well. Always be ahead of classes. You need to be going a week or two ahead of classes by doing some pre-reading on your own time. Okay, and be really organized. And also have a study plan, set from small achievable goals, and review your study plan each week to tick off the boxes that you have achieved and to see what you can improve on your time management, and have all your mistakes collated into a book. And so it will just be really practical on your own approach. So you need to be really actioning upon your goals. Okay, so chemistry is something that will actually reward you for the time you've spent. So I would say this is a very interesting and satisfying topic or subject to actually study for. So yeah.